Welcome back to the channel, Colin here, back with more rock and roll. Good to see you as always. Today we're going to look at a Rolling Stones riff, great Keith Richards riff. He sort of started playing like this in the late 60s, I think it was about 1969, round about the time of Honky Tonk Women. He was moving away from the sort of standard rock and roll, the Chuck Berry kind of stuff that he used to play, and he was developing his own style. And it sustained the Rolling Stones for years and years. He was playing this kind of stuff all through the 70s and onwards. And it always sounds good. And if you can sort of incorporate some of these ideas into your own playing, I think you'll find it very useful. So I'm going to look at a song from this album, but it could be any Rolling Stones album from a certain period, to be honest. But this is a great album, if you've never heard of it. Some Girls by the Rolling Stones, lovely risque album cover there. I think it was designed by Andy Warhol. And all the songs are just fabulous, really good. The band are so kind of loose, and but they all kind of sound great together. Now this was after Mick Taylor was playing in the band. Now apparently, I mean, he was a fabulous guitar player. A lot of people think that's the best period of the Rolling Stones. Who knows? Anyway, apparently when he first arrived in the Rolling Stones, he was complaining about the sort of the music not being that good, because I think they were just sort of basically making the stuff up as they were going along in the studio, and they would just rehearse and repeat things over and over and over and over and over. So it wasn't like they had all the parts kind of worked out, and then suddenly this chemistry would just kick in. They'd all sort of get the hang of it, and the music was just incredible. And kind of that's when he got the message that the Rolling Stones are a pretty good band. Anyway, unfortunately he left the Rolling Stones, and I think that another point about that is that it's Keith Richards' rhythm playing which actually sustains the music of the Rolling Stones through all these different periods of their career, and this was part of that. So anyway, enough of that rambling. I'm playing this song in the key of A. It's only got two chords, A and D, and just goes back between A and D. And the reason that I'm demonstrating this one is because really the riff is instead of playing a D like that, your standard cowboy chord, we're just going to play the A with one finger, 2nd fret, 2 2 2 on the D, G, B. Then we're going to put our back fingers, that's the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B and the ring finger on the 4th fret of the D. And that creates a D chord, but it's a slightly different voicing. Whenever you've got an A chord and a D chord, or a 1 chord and a 4 chord, if you know what I'm talking about, the numbers, just count up from the root A, B, C, D, so that's your 1, that's your 4, A, D. It all sounds good together because you've still got in the chord of D, you've still got the note of A, which is the root. Now you can almost hear like quite a few Rolling Stones songs in that. So that's quite good. But you could always play this song with just one finger. So if I just bar at the 2nd fret on the D, G, B, then I move it up to the 7th fret. That is a D as well, if you know that chord. That's your standard A shade bar chord. All we're doing is using our 1st finger on the top part of that. So if you've just got one finger, you can play this song. It was just my imagination running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. I think we've all been in that situation. Okay, so the thing is that this here, it's a movable shape, so I can push that up to the 9th fret. That's an E chord. Just play the same thing. Now, the other really handy thing about that is that little bit there, that's, if you know your pattern 1 pentatonic, that bit there, that finger, is sort of the back part of the pattern 1 pentatonic shape. So you can play I'm playing a little pentatonic over that. So that's over your D. So whenever you're playing it in that chord, if you're playing a D chord and you want to just put in a little embellishment, just be aware that's just there, that's your pattern 1. And it's so handy that. So it was just my imagination running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Okay folks, so on the record I think they're actually using a phaser pedal. Now I don't have a phaser pedal, unfortunately. I've just got a Boss Katana here. I've just got a Boss Katana and I've got a Fender Telecaster because Keith Richards used to play a Telecaster. I'm sure he still does. I normally play a Gretsch guitar, but I do quite like a Telecaster from time to time. So all I've got as an option here on this amplifier is a phaser effect. So I don't know if you've got a Katana, but basically there's a mod setting on it, and you just turn that mod on. So I've turned it on, and you want to put the mod colour to yellow. Let's see what that sounds like. Doesn't really sound like it. Anyway, that's the technical section. So, bit of news folks, so I'm now doing Zoom lessons online, and I don't have a business account at the moment, and so I'm not charging for them. So if you go into the link, you can see you can book me for a half-hour lesson. All I'm asking for is you leave me a little review in the comments on this video. If this is being recorded in August 2025, this is date today is the 21st of August. If you're watching this video at some point in the future, that offer may no longer exist. So this is an opportunity to take advantage of a free Zoom lesson, and I know a lot about guitar. I'm maybe not the most technical person, but I do understand the musical theory, and I've taught a lot of people how to play guitar successfully over the years, and so I'm sure that's a thing you'll want to do. Other news is that we'll probably do another, we had a Zoom workshop last week, which was great. I'm probably going to do another one at the end of September, so watch out for that. Thanks to everyone who comments on my videos. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done so already, please consider doing so. That's really helpful to me and the channel, helps to grow and all that sort of stuff. If you've got ideas for lessons that you want me to make videos about, by all means put them in the comments. I'm always interested, and I don't get everything right, you know. And sometimes, you know, somebody pointed out last week the harmonic on Nowhere Man was at the 12th fret, and so at the 5th fret, and I did it at the 12th or something like that. Anyway, the point is really that I'm trying to show you the concepts. So sometimes it's not exactly note for note, but in a way that's more helpful, because if you understand the concepts behind the guitar solos, you can create your own guitar solos and get on in a band much better. You don't have to, you know, have the drummer playing the drums in a certain way. You can just fit in with the band and you can jam with the band. That's really the idea of it, and it's much more fun for the audience because they're hearing something that's spontaneous and it's been created in real time. So that's the idea. Anyway folks, thanks very much for watching, appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Keep rocking.